Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hi everyone, welcome back again. And for today's lesson, we are going to learn about bimetal. And hopefully, after this session, you can know what bimetal is, how bimetal works, and uh, what is the real world application of bimetal. So first of all, bimetal simply look like a piece of metal, but on the sides of this piece of metal, it is made of different types of materials. So one side might be made of iron, the other one made of brass, for example. Jadi sebenarnya bimetal itu tuh kayak nampak seperti satu lembar lempeng logam. Satu sisi itu dibuat dari satu jenis logam tertentu, katakanlah itu besi, sementara sisi lain dibuat dari jenis logam yang lainnya, katakanlah kuningan. Jadi kelihatannya bisa dilihat dari perbedaan warna atau perbedaan sifatnya. And is there any consequence of putting two different types of metal on this piece, on this one piece? Ada nggak konsekuensinya atau akibatnya dari menempelkan dua jenis logam berbeda dari satu lempeng besi, dari satu lempeng logam ini? Ada. So without any further ado, let's watch the first video. Yeah.
Hello, I'm Bruce Shane, and today we're going to take a look at bimetallic strips. Now, it's actually a fairly simple piece, but it has a lot of applications. They control the temperature inside a water heater, or in your house, there's a thermostat, which has a coiled bimetallic strip. That little dial on the toaster determines how long the bread stays down for. I think that was a little bit too long. They can make lights blink on and off. And even some clocks have bimetallic strips to keep them more accurate.
So although bimetallic strip is called strip, ya disebut dengan strip atau kayak lempengan potongan persegi panjang seperti ini, but in the actual form might be different, may varied, and these simple kind of tools, these simple tools can be used in various application. The first one is the temperature control in water heater, and also inside a thermostat. Here the bimetallic strip is shaped in a spiral form, in a coil form. Ya, jadi bimetallic strip meskipun namanya strip tapi bisa aja bentuknya coil seperti ini, dan penggunaannya di water heater pengatur suhu atau di thermostat pengatur suhu yang ada di rumah. And can also be used here inside the dial of a bread toaster, ya, di dalam kayak tombol di pemanggang roti itu tuh ada juga bimetalik. Selain itu kalau di kita lebih umumnya di dalam apa itu buat nyetrika, ya, di dalam setrikaan itu juga ada bimetalik strip, ya, untuk mengatur suhunya. Dan bimetallic strip juga is commonly used to, how do you call it? To make some blinking lights, ya, untuk buat lampu yang kelap-kelip. Bimetallic strip also commonly used here inside the mechanical clock.
Bimetallic strips to keep them more accurate. Now, this is a demonstration bimetallic strip, so let's see how it operates, and then I'm going to show you how you can make your own version of it and demonstrate it yourself. Now, this piece is made of two metals. It has brass on one side and iron on the other side, and they've been pressed together.
Nah, bimetallic strip itu seperti yang sudah dijelaskan sebelumnya. Satu sisi dia dibuat dari kuningan, brass, untuk contoh yang ini, sementara sisi yang lain dibuat dari iron atau besi. Dan mereka bagaimana bisa disatukan? Tentunya kalau logam tidak disatukan dengan cara ditempel pakai lem, tetapi dengan di forge ya, kayak dipanaskan terus
Iron on the other
kemudian
side, if they've
dipalu
been pressed
gitu.
together. It's not a spring. If I bend it, it stays bent. But let me straighten it out here. Now let's go see what happens when we heat it.
Awalnya bimetalnya itu lurus, tapi kita lihat setelah dipanaskan apa yang terjadi.
You'll notice as I'm heating the bar, it's starting to curve. Now, why would it do this? Well, brass expands more than the iron does. So when the bar is heated, it expands unevenly with the brass on the outside and the iron on the inside.
Nah, ini yang
Let's see what
terjadi
happens
ya
when we cool the bar.
ketika dipanaskan. Ketika dipanaskan, ternyata yang tadinya lurus, bimetal now curve into one side. Ya, ke sisi yang mana? Ternyata dia berbelok, it curves onto the iron metal side. Ya, how could this happen? Because as we know, bimetal is made of different types of materials ya. Kita punya brass, kita punya iron. Dan ingat, kalau berbeda jenis bahan, itu tuh pemuaiannya juga berbeda. Manakah yang lebih mudah untuk memuai, brass atau iron, kuningan atau besi? Ternyata yang lebih mudah memuai itu brass. Brass atau kuningan dia lebih mudah memuai, dan dia berbelok, memaksa iron untuk ikut berbelok juga ke arah iron. Kenapa iron itu atau besi itu dia kalah? Karena dia
Brass on the
pemuaiannya
outside and the
sedikit,
iron on the
lebih
inside.
dikit.
Let's see what happens when we cool the bar. By adding a little water, it's going to cool the bar back to room temperature, and notice that it's straightening itself out. If we were to freeze this, it would actually bend in the opposite direction.
Ya, ternyata ketika didinginkan, when we pour some water onto this hot bimetal, it's straightened out to its original shape ya. Dia kembali lurus ke bentuk awalnya. Bahkan kalau kita dinginkan, katanya masukkan ke dalam freezer, dia akan berbelok. Tetapi berbeloknya bukan ke arah iron seperti tadi, tapi berbeloknya akan ke arah brass, jadi ke atas gitu. Karena yang brassnya katanya menyusut.
Now it's time to try our own version of it. In this case, I call it a bimaterial strip. These strips have aluminum on the outside and heavy stock paper on the other side, but it behaves the same way. If I heat this, the aluminum will expand and curve with the paper on the inside. Now, as you can see, by heating it, we get a pretty nice curve to it. And if we let this sit, eventually that metal is going to contract and cause this to straighten out.
Nah, kita juga bisa buat bimetalik sederhana sendiri di rumah. Caranya dengan apa? Caranya mudah. Pertama ya bentuknya sama aja, strip kayak gini ya. Satu sisi dibuat dari aluminium foil, sementara sisi yang lainnya dibuat dari karton. Aluminium foil dan karton ini kita tempelkan, ya kita lem bersama, dan kita bentuk seperti ini. Jika kalian nanti sudah membuatnya, kemudian kita coba simpan di atas lilin, dan ternyata sama saja seperti yang tadi, yang bimetalik yang asli dari besi dan juga kuningan, dia itu bengkok. Dan ketika disimpan, didiamkan beberapa saat di meja, maka bimetaliknya akan kembali lurus ke posisi semula.
I'll speed the camera up here so we see the results a little bit faster. Now that
terbukti
took about 2
kalau
minutes for it to straighten
when
itself out.
it cools
We can
down,
peel it off and try it
it
again.
will go back to its.
And of course, we're going to get the same results. The aluminum is going to cause the strip to expand unevenly,
Yeah, it will
just
go
like the
back to its
bimetallic
original
strip made at
position
the
ya kalau
brass and the iron.
didinginkan. Nah, sekarang ini dia beloknya ke arah mana? Dia berbeloknya ke arah yang karton. How can it happen? Because aluminum foil here on the bottom side, it expand more than the stock paper here on the top side. Ya, jadi aluminum foil yang ada di sisi bawah ini dia memuai lebih besar dibanding kertas karton yang ada di atasnya. Sehingga aluminium ini dia bakal mendorong kertas karton, tapi kertas kartonnya sulit untuk terdorong, maka dia berbelok. Okay, so the aluminum side, as it stuck to the glued to the stock paper, it will expand and pushing the stock paper, but the stock paper is more likely to resist the expansion. So instead, it will just curve bend into the direction of the less likely to expand one. Ya, jadi bakal berbelok ke sisi yang mana lebih sulit untuk, lebih tidak mudah untuk memuai. Nah, untuk membuatnya, kalian bisa menyiapkan ini aluminium foil yang sudah dalam bentuk tape. Jadi kalian langsung tempelkan saja tape aluminium foil ini ke atas kertas karton, ya. Selanjutnya, setelah ditempelkan, kita tinggal potong sehingga kita dapat bimetallic stripnya, ya. Atau kalau kalian tidak punya, atau bisa saja tidak pakai karton, pakai kertas label biasa. Jadi kertas label biasa kita siapkan dan kita tidak pakai aluminium foil yang tape, tapi kita pakai kertas aluminium biasa. Jadi kertas label kita tempelkan ke aluminium foil. Ya, kemudian kertas label sama aluminium foilnya kita potong. Bisa kayak gitu juga. Atau cara yang lebih mudah, kita potong terlebih dahulu karton. Ya, kita potong terlebih dahulu karton. Kemudian kita kasih lem dan tempelkan kertas aluminium di atasnya. Atau kita tempelkan kertas karton yang sudah dilem ini ke aluminium foil, ya, dan kita potong. Nah, itu yang sudah jadi, and it works just fine, ya, just like the real bimetallic strip that's made of iron and brass, ya. Nah, ini apa? Ini penerapan bimetallic strip di kehidupan nyata. Bayangkan ini lampu, bukan hanya lampu, tapi lampu ini sebagai sumber panas. Jadi ketika lampu ini panas, maka bimetallicnya akan ini lampunya, ini nyambung. Tapi bisa juga nyambungnya, the electricity can also be connected by this aluminum strip that we make of the paper and the aluminum foil, ya. Nah, saat dia nyala, when the light bulb is on here, it will radiate some heat, ya, some thermal energy. Panas di heat or panasnya ini will receive by aluminum foil, and the aluminum foil will curve upward. Ketika dia curve upward, the circuit will be cut off, ya. Ketika dia bengkok ke atas, sirkuitnya itu, rangkaiannya itu bakal terputus, jadi dia mati lampunya. Ketika mati, ya bimetallicnya turun lagi, kemudian nyala lagi deh listriknya, gitu.
There are several factors that determine how quickly this blinks on and off. But I find once it gets into a rhythm, it's usually going to take about 20 or 30 seconds to make that change. I've built a few different versions of this piece, so let's switch over from
Ya,
a
kita
6-volt
lihat
system
ya,
to a 12-volt
the light bulb
system.
will turn on again, will be turned on again, ya, and turn off and turn on. Oke, kita lanjut saja. So bimetal caused by difference in thermal expansion coefficient. So as we know, bimetal is made of two different side. Kita lihat tadi di previous one we have bimetal that is made of iron and brass. We see that iron has the thermal expansion coefficient of 12, meanwhile brass is 19. So apparently iron and brass are different in how much it expands, yeah. And we know that the expansion in the previous bimetal is curved toward iron karena iron itu dia lebih kecil, ya. Jadi brass ngalahin iron sehingga dia beloknya ke iron. A bimetal is made of two metal, iron and brass. Brass is 0.000024, for example, yeah. Iron is 0.000012. After being heated sometime by this little candle, to which direction does the bimetal bend or curve? Iron or brass? Iron is at the top, meanwhile the brass is at the bottom, and after being heated, we can see clearly that this bimetal is curving into the iron direction. What conclusion can you make from this? Because after being heated up, yeah, this bimetal curve into the iron, so we can conclude that bimetal will curve into a smaller alpha or a smaller expansion coefficient. Ya, jadi ketika dipanaskan, bimetal itu akan berbelok ke koefisien pemuaian atau alfanya yang lebih kecil. Oke, jadi yang kecil bakal kalah kalau dipanaskan, ya. Dia bakal beloknya ke arah yang kecil. So this is the conclusion. If a bimetal is heated, it will bend or it will curve toward smaller alpha or smaller expansion coefficient. Contrary, if a bimetal is cooled down, kalau bimetalnya didinginkan, it will bend or curve toward bigger alpha. Kalau didinginkan katanya dia bakal berbelok ke arah yang alfanya lebih gede, ke arah yang expansion coefficient-nya itu lebih gede. Okay, got it? If you haven't got it completely, you can backward this video, ya, until you understand it. So this is the example. A figure shows two bimetal after being heated. Ya, bimetal A and bimetal B. Bimetal A made of metal 1 and metal 2. Bimetal B made of metal 2 and metal 3. And after being heated, it curved this way. Ya, dia itu berbelok seperti ini. Okay. According to the table and the figure, respectively, metal 1, 2, 3 are... Nah, kita tidak dikasih tahu yang satu itu apa, dua itu apa, tiga itu apa. Tapi, we have the clue from this picture. So, what can the clue tell us about the expansion coefficient or the alpha? We can see that the metal 2 defeat the metal 1. So we can say that alpha of metal 2 is bigger than alpha of metal 1. It is from the bimetal A. What about from the bimetal B? Let's see that alpha 3 defeats the alpha 2. So let's write it again. Alpha 3 defeats the alpha 2. So it means the alpha 3 is bigger than the alpha 2. So from these two conclusions, we can combine that alpha 3 is bigger than alpha 2, alpha 2 is bigger than alpha 1, so we can write this way. Oh, sorry, it's not really clear. So we can write that alpha 3 is bigger than alpha 2, but alpha 2 is still much bigger than alpha 1. So the method that has the biggest number of alpha or expansion coefficient is the number 3, which give us the conclusion that number 3 is aluminum, and the smallest one is number 1, which falls to iron, and the number 2 is the middle one, so the number 2 is the brass. Yeah, that's enough for today's session. Yes, the lesson is over. Thank you for your kind attention. There will be a task in the Google Classroom that I will share today. Thank you. That's all for today. Doa kifaratul majlis. Subhanakallahumma rabbana wa bihamdika asyhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilaik. Wabillahi taufiq wal hidayah. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.